Okay, so we went rollerblading. We got a lot of that puppy energy out. We got a lot of that accumulated happy-go-lucky energy out. And I know my friend Biscoff here is still very much a happy girl, but we can work on a little bit of leash training. And what does leash training require? Focus. It requires engagement. It requires thinking skills. It requires good decisions, trust, communication. It requires environments that where we can feel like we can actually communicate with one another, and that, yes, that's a bit better, and that is the main focus of walks, which is to be together. And then from that point on, you can decide what you want to do. But if we are together, if we have each other's engagement and communication, then we can build off of that. But if we're a little bit distracted like this, then that means we definitely want to work from the ground up, which means starting indoors and make our way out. And so you can see Biscoff here, very excited by the idea of going out, just because she's very happy to. She enjoys going out, and honestly, normally I personally don't mind her having that excitement, because I trust her quite a lot, and so I really don't mind that. It's more, of course, if at home or if she was with me every day, eventually I would, of course, expect a little bit more. But she comes at least once a week, so this is more the place where she gets to play and just be a dog. But I still like practicing training with something like this, where we want to reintroduce the world or go for a walk and have her brain start to figure out, okay, what does he want out of me? Normally we just go out, but what does he want? Does he want me to lay down, which she did a moment ago? Does he want me to jump out? Does he want me to bark? What does he want me to do? And as you'll see, I'm rewarding the choices that she makes that I do like. So for example, this one here, where she's maintaining her focus with me, she's thinking. That's what I want her to do. I want her to think about what I want her to do. Do I want her to, again, lay down, sit, whatnot? I just want her to make choices that are better than just bolting out. And that's really where we can start when we're tackling leash training. Is can we start with the basics of just making it so the dog wants to have some kind of conversation with us that we can then start taking outside. Because if we can't even have that little bit of a conversation at all, then it's going to be very difficult once we actually are outside. So as you see, once I start making things a little bit more difficult, she starts to struggle. And so what I'm going to do is simply wait, give her a chance to make a different choice that I can then be happy with and reward. And then she's going to start to realize, okay, it doesn't really matter what we're doing. It's about what Carlos wants to do with me. And what I want her to do with me is to communicate. Yes, it's more of that. It doesn't have to be a sit, but I want to feel like she is with me, like she's engaging with me, not just being there with me. In this case, I want her to engage, because that's what's going to allow me to engage with her and guide her when it comes to the walk. I'm going to do that again. Wow, that was good. So she knows now, or she's starting to know, okay, doesn't matter what's happening, Carlos just wants me to engage with him. And that is 100% true. And I'm not stopping her from going out. You see, the leash is long enough for her to try to go out. And if she did, that would be fine. But what I want her to do is to start learning that I'm going to reward if she chooses to at least stay here, engage with me a little bit. Okay? And then that's a little bit better. Maybe I'll keep it open a little bit more. This is hard. She's thinking there might be some sounds outside, but she's figuring out, okay, going off, bolting out doesn't really yield much of a result. It pays off a little bit more to engage with Carlos, and that's the whole idea. Once I trust her a little bit more, I can do this here, so I can have the door open. And you saw she came out, but she also was coming back in. That's why I rewarded her with a treat there. The treat didn't get her to come in, she already was, and I used the treat to reinforce that choice, which allowed her to also continue on. Oop. And as you see, I don't have all of her attention, and that's okay. I do have her working quite quite hard, but I don't have all of her focus, and that's okay. This is not an activity about focus. It's an activity just as we're starting now, just for her to learn. Oh, Carlos just wants me to stay around here, to engage with him more. Yes, no matter what's going on. Because her focus is everywhere, but her choice is what I'm looking at. Is she choosing to step out? Okay, that's fine, but then is she choosing to step back in? Even better. And then is she choosing to stay? Is she choosing to stay for how long? And a lot of these choices might be just natural for her right now, but I know that based on how I opened the door earlier and she just bolted out, this is a lot different. This is more curiosity than a disconnect. This is more, I just want to do something, as opposed to I am completely gone. And you see I have her attention there. Let's see if she can do a little bit more for the food that I have and the rewards that I have. So she's sitting outside, and you know what? I'll take it. I like this. This is far better than how she did earlier, and we'll see how she does now. Do I still maintain her engagement, interest? Yes, I do. And I don't have her interest because I have food. We have food because I have her interest. The food just lets her know you giving me interest, attention, focus is what's gonna get you food and rewards and feeling good. And so that's how you can start. Just gonna lock the door and we're gonna head out. Just because her time is limited with me here, I don't want to spend too much time indoors. I do want to, of course, take her out and let her explore, but along the way, as she maintains her focus with me, I can reinforce that, of course. And that can be at the door, that can be when something happens, let's say like this, for example. What is she going to choose to do? She's going to choose to talk to me, and there you go. That's what I'm going to choose to reward. And it can also be part of a game where she gets to figure out where the smell might be coming from. So it's not just that I gave her food in her mouth, I can also make it a fun and engaging activity. That way when she hears other sounds, she's focused more on me or more on the activity. There you go. So that one more time. She hears that, but she chooses to talk to me. Yes. There's a lot more distractions here as opposed to right at my door, but there we go. We got a choice that I like. She engaged with me. And the more we do this, of course, the longer I'm going to wait, the higher my expectations are going to be. But if we're just starting out with an exercise like this, then of course I have to adjust my expectations. Yes. And the door is actually going to open right behind her. You can go ahead. And see, we focus on the good choices. There was a big distraction there, and she still chose to stay engaged with me because it pays off. Right now, as a puppy, something that's a clear indicator that feels good, like a gold star for a child, no different than with a pup. Food, a treat is an easy reinforcer that lets her know, oh, I did well. Not this is getting me to do well, is I did well, and then I get that reinforcer. Let's go. Again, in all environments where I feel like we are safe enough, I can wait for her to make the kind of choice that I would be happy with and then reward. If it was very crowded here, if there was a lot going on, I would definitely, of course, have the leash a little bit shorter. Maybe I would have the food with me like I'm doing here, just to help her engage a little bit more if there's a lot going on, especially things that are outside of my control. And then I can make it a little bit easier for her to engage with me until we are once again somewhere that is a little bit easier and less distracting. See, so distracted, but that's better. Yes. She thinks she's going home, that's why she's getting so distracted now. So there might be people here, so we want to Take some space. Yes, that's good. Definitely more distracting here. Way more distracting here now. So it's gonna be harder. Yes, that's better. All right. So adjusting your expectations is a big part of it. There we go. Let's do one more here. The bar is very low right now. There's too many distractions. So we're just gonna walk. Come on. Yeah, that was good. Wow, I didn't expect that. That was fantastic. Everything's distracting. The baby crying, all those things, so distracting. Let's see what happens if I stop here. Oh, that's good. All right. I'm just gonna let her walk for now. That was a good start. Let's go, come. Yes, that was good too. She's so happy. Oh, that's good. Here. Biscoff! Come on, over here. Biscoff, find it. Yes. All right, let's go. Up, up, up. 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 Yes. Let's see if we can get a fit. Wow. Maybe it down. That's good enough. There we go. All right, come on.